Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Candace Owens has done it again. She's done it again. Okay, as she has made BLM co-founder or former BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors melt down in tears because Candace dared show up to her house like a journalist basically and ask her some questions about BLM, okay, and some of these scandals that organization has been involved in. Mainly, why and how in the world are you guys out here buying multi-million-dollar houses while the communities that you claim that you're trying to help in your own chapters are saying that, hey, we don't know where the money's at, right? We haven't seen the money, okay? So apparently Candace Owens, again, is doing a documentary on this, and journalists, you know, when they do documentaries, yeah, they go show up to people's houses. I mean, that is a pretty normal thing for people to do when they're doing journalism, right? Not that Candace Owens is actually a trained journalist, but I'm just saying that's what she's doing, okay? But apparently this caused Patrisse Cullors to break down in tears because she couldn't take the idea of Candace Owens showing up to her house to ask her some questions because she believes that Candace Owens is working on behalf of the conservative / right-wing movement to take her down, right? To take down black women and black people like her, okay? It's not that people are concerned about the fact that the money is not being used for what it's supposed to be used for. No, it's not that. They're just trying to take down a black woman, right? That's what it is according to her. So before I get in this, I just want to let you guys know that if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can do so using the links in the description below. You support the Patreon, you support the PayPal, you support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play this clip of Patrisse Cullors melting down in tears over Candace Owens showing up to her house for a documentary, and then Candace Owens' response to Patrisse Cullors going on live, breaking down in tears over Candace showing up to interview her. Take a look.
The right-wing media and right-wing pundits are creating have created an incredibly dangerous environment for me. This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with a news crew. She was demanding that I come outside. And when I looked at the video recording of what she was asking about, she was actually asking about the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation property. And for some reason, seems like she thought my house was that. It's unacceptable and it's dangerous that any stranger come outside of my house, but it's really unacceptable and dangerous when Candace Owens, another black woman who is actually working as a part of a right-wing agenda, comes outside of my house with cameras. As you all know, I've experienced, and many of us have experienced, death threats. Many of us have children. Many of us are super vulnerable, and the fact that she's came outside my house and demanded things, harassed me, is unacceptable. It is unacceptable, and I'm gonna keep doing the work I need to do to make sure that I'm in right relationship with my community. But I'm not going to let the right-wing and right-wing pundits and media try to drive me against my community and have the community driven against me. I'm begging and pleading with all of you all to pay attention to what's happening to me and to many other people, many other leaders inside of this movement. Pay attention to what's happening, because what happened to me today has the potential to open up the floodgates of many other right-wing people that may next time be bearing arms, that may next time be more violent. This is unacceptable. Black people should be able to fight for our rights, for our right to live without being harassed, without being, without fearing for our lives, without having people, strangers, show up to our private and personal property. I'm still in shock. Thank God I called, obviously, my team. Thank God for community, for Black community, for Black movement community here in Los Angeles. I just really, really, like, y'all, I really need my family to be safe. I need to be safe. I need my child to be safe. And this, what happened this morning is not safety. It's not what I deserve. It's not what any of us deserve. So just be diligent when you see shit in the media and you see shit that's being talked about. Please be diligent, because they are purposefully doing this. They are purposefully building a wedge between Black people, because they know that when we are together, we're stronger, and they've seen what we've done this last decade. They've seen what we've done. And so they're literally trying to destroy us. They're trying to destroy me. They're trying to destroy the movement.
Okay, so this is insane. In real time right now, I am watching Patrisse Cullors do a live claiming that I went to her property and demanded to speak to her. And she's, I only way I can describe it is she sounds like she's really scared. We're working on a documentary talking about all of the funding pertaining to Black Lives Matter. Obviously, we know that Patrisse and a lot of the founders purchased $1 million homes in white neighborhoods. They also purchased a Black Lives Matter property. So we went to the property and asked if there was anyone that we could speak to, very politely, by the way. We've got cameras in tow, so there's no way she can, it's all on camera. And we just said, is there anyone we can speak to? Nobody asked us to leave. The person went inside. It was just a white man that we saw outside that was providing security, which is super interesting because obviously Patrisse here is anti-police. And so she's, oh my God, I think she's crying on this live, pretending that she was harassed. We, like I said, very politely to the guy, is there anyone we can speak to? My name's Candace Owens. We never went over the gate. It was just me ringing the doorbell, trying to speak to someone. He said absolutely nothing. He started just recording us. And we said, okay, if there's no one we can speak to, we're going to leave. Patrisse is pretending to be scared because she knows that this Black Lives Matter lie is falling apart. And she doesn't know what to do. I mean, people are aware of the scam that is Black Lives Matter. She's intentionally limited the comments, so you can't even comment on this post, because I was going to comment and be like, this is a complete lie, and we have it all on camera in terms of what happened. So what you are seeing right now is the face of a woman who is pretending she's afraid of right-wing pundits, when in reality she's being exposed as a fraud who took millions, used the faces of Black people, took millions of dollars to fund herself, to fund her lifestyle, to fund her girlfriend, and to buy $1 million mansions in neighborhoods where no Black people live. So Patrisse, this footage this story that we're covering is a significant one. I have always been interested in the fraud that is Black Lives Matter, your fake tears, your crocodile tears about someone politely ringing your gate and speaking to your white security guard and asking if there was anyone that I could talk to because I was covering the story. Not really going to cut it, Patrisse. This is only going to commit me further to discovering the truth about what you have done with this funding. Black people died. You used their faces to raise money. You demanded that the policing be stopped. You demanded that police officers be defunded, but you've got a private security detail outside of $1 million homes. It just doesn't work this way, sweetheart. So the truth shall set you free, or Candace Owens shall set you free, girl, because I'm about to tell the truth. All right, we're still filming. Bye.
Wow. Wow. There's just so much to say about that, okay? First and foremost, Miss Patrisse Cullors and her crocodile tears, because that's what they are. Okay, she's pretending like her life was in danger and that there's some type of attack on her because Candace Owens showed up to her gate, not even her front door, her gate, okay, with a camera crew, right? And she has a white security guard out there, and she's out here talking about thank God for the black community. What black community? You don't live in the black community. You don't live in the hood. You don't. You live surrounded by white folks, okay? And I guarantee you, she was very close to calling the police, right? She was like, I went to call my team, okay? Her team of white security in the white neighborhood that she lives in, talking about thank God for the black community, okay? To turn away a black woman who's simply doing her job, right? Candace Owens, she's basically, again, playing a role as a journalist. Again, I know that Candace Owens is a trained journalist, but she's not outside of Patrisse Cullors' house protesting and rioting and trying to cause violence. No, she's there to ask questions. That is normal, okay? Some people might not like that, but that's kind of how creating documentaries and journalism works, right? But see, what really gets me about Patrisse Cullors is that she acted like this is such an attack on her. And I'm like, okay, well, where were all this energy when it came to the summer of love in 2020 when the mob showed up to people's houses, right? Showed up to politicians' houses, lawyers' houses, people's neighborhoods got destroyed, okay? Stores got looted. Where was all this energy about people showing up to private property when your supporters were doing that all during the summer of love? Also, on top of that, now you believe in private property, Miss Trained Marxist, right? It's ain't it crazy how that works? It's crazy how now all of a sudden private property is a thing for her, right? You're not supposed to believe in private property. Everything is supposed to be a public space. So what are you crying about, right? What are you crying about? Because you didn't care about people getting confronted on their own private property when your supporters was doing that to people like the McClaskeys, okay? You didn't care about that, right? But now all of a sudden when it's done to you, oh, boo-hoo, whining and crying. And it's not even like they're protesters or riots at your doorstep, right? That's not what's happening. You have Candace Owens who's simply there to ask questions. Now, if you don't want to answer the questions, just say, hey, I don't want to answer the questions. Obviously, she didn't answer any questions. And turn her away, and that's it. It's done, right? Candace Owens is not going to harass you. She's not doxing you. She's not putting your address out there to the public. She's not trying to cause you any harm. She's simply trying to get more information about a documentary that she's doing that's going to expose you, right? And because Patrisse Cullors knows she's on the cusp of being exposed as the fraudulent individual that her and her organization are, she's breaking down in tears, right? She can't handle it, right? She can't handle it. Because at the end of the day, according to them, asking black women tough questions is a form of violence, right? It's a form of violence against black women. But again, the reason why they say that is because they don't want to be questioned, right? They want to be able to get away with stealing people's money and Ponzi schemes, which is basically what BLM is at this point, and they don't want to be questioned about it, right? That's why she said she got triggered when it comes to just submitting basic tax forms that show what organizations did with their money, right? She gets triggered by that stuff because, again, transparency and accountability, they don't believe in that for black folks, especially black women. If you're not doing anything sketchy, okay, if everything you're doing is good and you know you're doing the right thing, what is there to cry about, right? Why don't you just do the interview? Why don't you just be more transparent, right? Why? How about that? That would probably help dispel a lot of the rumors, right? That would probably help clear your name if you actually came out and was transparent about, okay, how in the world did you buy all these houses? Why is BLM buying these houses? Where's the money going? Why don't you want to be financially transparent? Okay? Why don't you want to be financially transparent? Because, again, if you're doing the right thing, if you're doing what you claim you're doing, then you have no problems being transparent. But again, the fact is that the lack of transparency indicates that she knows that she's doing some things that she doesn't want exposed to the public. And the more of those things that get exposed anyways, the more meltdowns that she continues to have. So again, I found this to be hilarious, especially considering how Candace actually caught her crying on live, right, while she was there filming, okay? I'm telling you, man, Candace Owens don't miss, right? She is absolutely one of the best because she does not miss. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.